The sun rises, and the familiar scent of coffee drifts through the kitchen. For millions over 60, this ritual is more than just a drink. It's the anchor that starts the day. The warmth of the mug, the quiet moment before the world gets busy, and that gentle spark of alertness in the brain all feel comforting and familiar. Yet, for many, there's a lingering frustration. While coffee still wakes the mind, it doesn't seem to wake the body as it used to. You may notice it in small ways at first. I chose the elevator instead of the stairs because climbing feels heavier than before. Or how a simple grocery bag now feels packed with bricks. The most discouraging moment is at the park, when keeping up with energetic grandchildren feels harder than it should. These little reminders accumulate, whispering that the legs aren't as steady, firm, or fast as they once were. Most people shrug and say, "It's just aging." That phrase almost becomes a resignation, as though weakness is an unavoidable destiny. Others try to fix it by eating more protein, walking more, or joining a gym. Those are reasonable steps, but often the results are slow and almost invisible, and the frustration grows. Here's the truth: what you're experiencing isn't just age catching up with you. It's something more specific, something science has given a name to: sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. And it doesn't just rob your legs of power. It can affect balance, metabolism, blood sugar, and even independence. But what if the cup of coffee you drink every morning could become part of the solution? What if a simple, natural addition could send a powerful signal to your body, telling it to stop losing muscle and start building strength again? That's what we'll explore today, because hidden inside this daily ritual is an opportunity to strengthen your legs and reclaim the independence and energy that makes life truly enjoyable. Weak legs aren't a moral failing or a sign that you've let yourself go. They're a message from your body that something important has shifted. After 60, many people feel their steady strength slip away. Stairs feel taller, sidewalks seem longer, and balance feels unsteady. We often blame age alone, but the picture is bigger and more hopeful. The name for this slow erosion is sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and function. It starts quietly, then compounds. Muscle tissue is like your body's built-in engine. When there's less of it, the engine idles lower. Everyday tasks burn more effort. Metabolism slows. Weight control gets harder, even when you haven't changed your diet. And because muscles act like giant sponges for blood sugar, weaker muscles can make glucose control less reliable, nudging you toward insulin resistance. There's also the matter of stability. Strong leg and core muscles help keep your center of gravity where it belongs. When those muscles thin out, the risk of stumbling or falling rises, a concern that can steal confidence before it steals health. Many sources, including NIH and WHO, highlight how common this is in later life, and how it affects independence, mobility, and quality of life. Let me share Robert's story. At 68, a retired literature teacher, he walked every morning and ate pretty well. Yet carrying a single heavy grocery bag left his thighs shaking. He began taking the elevator more often and avoided curbs with uneven edges. "Maybe I'm just old," he told himself, but he noticed the combined effect of years: a little less protein at breakfast, fewer trips that challenged his legs, and the body's quieter response to the usual signals to build muscle. None of this meant he was lazy or doing something wrong. It was biology. With time, our muscles hear growth signals less clearly. Protein meals feel more filling, so we eat smaller portions. And minor aches make us avoid the movements that keep strength alive. Here's the key insight I want you to hold. Sarcopenia is common, but it isn't fixed in stone. Muscles remain adaptable well into our 70s and beyond. Your body can still build, repair, and regain function when it receives the right signals, clearly and consistently. You don't need perfection. You need a plan that works with your life. I'm Evelyn Brooks, and I aim to help you understand what's happening so you can steer it. We can answer weakness with smart, simple steps that restore power, steadiness, and confidence when we see weakness as a message instead of a verdict. Picture your body as a busy construction site. The walls of this building are your muscles. Every bite of protein you eat provides the bricks. Every walk, stretch, or exercise session tells workers where to build. When you're younger, the process is smooth. You eat, you move, and the walls grow stronger. The workers are alert and quick to respond. But after 60, something changes. The workers are still there, but their foreman, who gives orders, starts to lose his hearing. He doesn't catch the message clearly, and the building slows down. This is what scientists call anabolic resistance. It means your muscles don't respond as efficiently to the same amount of protein and exercise as they once did. You could be doing many things right, eating chicken, fish, or beans, keeping active, yet still feel disappointed by the lack of progress. Research from the Mayo Clinic and other leading institutions confirms that anabolic resistance is one of the primary barriers to maintaining muscle after midlife. The signals to build are weaker, and the result is frustrating. Muscles break down faster than they rebuild. That's why the legs feel softer. Climbing stairs feels heavier, and recovery after light activity takes longer. Think of Robert again, our retired teacher. He thought he was fueling himself properly. Oatmeal for breakfast, a sandwich at lunch, a light dinner. He even made time for walks. But the bricks he provided, the protein, weren't used to repair and strengthen the walls. His foreman wasn't listening. The result? Despite his efforts, he still felt weaker with each passing season. This isn't a sign that exercise or nutrition doesn't matter. Far from it. It's a reminder that the strategy must change. After 60, the challenge isn't just to provide more bricks. It's to find a way to wake the supervisor so the workers can hear the message loud and clear. The body still has the tools to rebuild. It needs a stronger signal, a sharper command that cuts through the deafness of age and reignites the building process. And that is the hopeful part, because science has discovered ways to amplify the signal, to shake the foreman awake and remind him there's work to be done. With the right approach, the message gets through again, and the construction of strength resumes. The secret lies in knowing what that signal is and how to deliver it effectively. If protein is the pile of bricks on your construction site, then leucine is the spark that turns those bricks into solid walls. Leucine is one of the 9 essential amino acids, meaning your body can't make it, so it must come from food. However, unlike most amino acids, leucine has a special role. It doesn't just build muscle, it tells your body to start building muscle. Think of it as the ignition key in a car. The engine won't start without the key, no matter how much fuel you pour into the tank. Here's how it works. Inside your cells is a control switch called the mTOR pathway. You don't need to remember the technical name. Know it's the chief engineer of your muscle-building machinery. As we age, this engineer tends to nap at his desk. He doesn't respond to the standard signals of exercise and protein as quickly. That's why your muscles might not get the message to rebuild even when you eat a balanced meal. Leucine is the messenger who barges into the office, shakes the engineer awake, and shouts, "We have the materials, now let's build." Research from Harvard Health and the NIH shows that leucine directly triggers muscle protein synthesis more strongly than any other amino acid. This means that a peak dose of leucine, all at once, can push through age-related resistance and flip the body into a building state. It's not about grazing on tiny amounts of protein all day. It's about hitting that threshold that signals, loud and clear, "Start the work now." Imagine Robert again. He ate chicken at lunch and beans at dinner, but in small portions throughout the day. His muscles were getting bricks, but never enough of that loud leucine signal to spark the engine. Once he adjusted his meals to include leucine-rich foods in the right amounts, or even added a leucine boost, he noticed his legs felt firmer and climbing stairs no longer left him breathless. This is the turning point. Understanding that not all proteins are equal in power. Leucine is the master switch, the spark plug, and the key to the ignition. Without it, the body struggles to hear the message. With it, the workers wake up, the walls rise stronger, and vitality begins to return. And here's the exciting part. There's a simple, everyday way to deliver this master switch straight to your body, hidden in a ritual you already practice. You may be wondering, why put leucine into coffee, of all things? Why not just mix it with juice or stir it into a smoothie? The answer lies in a beautiful partnership between biology, routine, and practicality. Coffee isn't just a comforting morning ritual. It's the perfect vehicle for turning leucine into a powerful daily tool. The first reason is the fasting window. When you wake up, your body has gone without food for several hours. Your digestive system is clear, and no other nutrients compete for attention. In this state, leucine has a wide-open highway straight into your bloodstream. If you take it with a large mixed meal, it gets stuck in traffic, slowed down by all the other amino acids and nutrients competing to get through. But with black coffee on an empty stomach, leucine is like a VIP guest walking past the crowd and heading directly to the front. That concentrated surge is what flips on the muscle-building switch. The second reason is caffeine's amplifying effect. Coffee isn't just a mental wake-up call. Caffeine widens blood vessels, improving circulation. That means when leucine enters the bloodstream, caffeine helps it travel faster and more efficiently to your muscle cells. Caffeine also raises metabolic activity, making cells more alert and receptive. In simple terms, leucine gives the order to build, and caffeine ensures that order is delivered loud, clear, and on time. The third reason is the most important: habit. Health strategies only work when we stick with them. Supplements often end up forgotten in the back of the cupboard. Powders and pills can feel like chores. But coffee? That's already a ritual. It's automatic, something you never skip. By anchoring leucine to this daily act, you turn it from a task into a habit. 10 seconds of stirring powder into your cup becomes a consistent, sustainable practice. Take Michael, age 72. He admitted he could never remember to take vitamins after breakfast, but he never forgot his morning coffee. Consistency was no longer a struggle once he paired leucine with that ritual. Within weeks, he noticed more spring in his step on morning walks and felt steadier climbing stairs. That's the real magic. Using a ritual you love ensures the science works for you. Not just for a few days, but for months and years. Coffee transforms leucine from a supplement into a lifestyle. And that's how small choices become lasting strength. Now that you understand why leucine works, the next step is using it correctly. A slight change in how you prepare it can make the difference between results that feel powerful and results that barely move the needle. The good news? Once you know the essentials, the protocol is simple, safe, and easy to follow. Start with the correct dose. Scientific studies suggest that older adults need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine at once to overcome anabolic resistance. Less than that, and the signal may not be strong enough to wake up your muscle-building foreman. More than that, it doesn't bring extra benefits. It just passes through your system unused. That sweet spot of 2.5 to 3 grams is the ignition key. At first, a small digital kitchen scale is handy for measuring. Over time, you'll get used to the amount and can rely on a scoop provided with most products. Choose the correct form. Not all leucine supplements are created equal. You need pure, free-form L-leucine powder with no additives, sugars, or fillers. Avoid BCAA blends that mix leucine with other amino acids. The proportion is often too low to create the necessary peak. Capsules are also impractical. To reach 3 grams, you'd have to swallow 4 to 6 large pills, and the slower digestion blunts the rapid surge your muscles need. Powder dissolves in hot coffee quickly, and the natural flavor of coffee easily masks the bitterness. Timing is critical. Drink your leucine-infused coffee within the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking. This is when your body is still in a fasted state, so absorption is fast and clean. Waiting until mid-morning reduces the effect because food from breakfast competes with leucine in your system. Think of it as giving your muscles the first order of the day before distractions set in. Safety comes first. Although leucine is natural and found in everyday foods, it's always wise to talk with your doctor before adding any supplement, especially if you have health conditions or take medication. Most healthy adults tolerate leucine well, but your personal health history matters. By following these steps, you create the right environment for leucine to do its work, sending that clear, unmistakable signal to your muscles. A small scoop in your morning coffee, done consistently, can make the difference between feeling weaker each year or regaining the steady strength that keeps you independent. It's not complicated science. It's precision-made and practical. People often picture biceps or toned legs when they hear about building muscle after 60. But the truth is, maintaining muscle goes far beyond appearance. Strong, healthy muscles set off a cascade of benefits that reach every corner of the body. Metabolism, blood sugar, bones, joints, even the brain. That's why fighting sarcopenia isn't about vanity. It's one of the most intelligent health decisions you can make. First, let's talk about metabolism. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. It burns calories even while you're resting. The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolic engine runs. This makes weight management easier and increases energy levels throughout the day. By contrast, fat tissue burns very little. Think of muscle as a high-performance engine and fat as idle storage. Preserving muscle keeps the engine humming at full speed. Second, there's blood sugar control. After every meal, about 80% of glucose is absorbed by muscle cells. If your muscles shrink, their capacity to soak up sugar shrinks too. This opens the door to insulin resistance and, eventually, type 2 diabetes. Keeping muscle mass strong means keeping those glucose sponges big and effective, one of your best defenses against metabolic disease. Third, consider bones and joints. Muscles act like shock absorbers and scaffolding. They reduce stress on joints, lower the risk of arthritis pain, and send signals to bones that keep them dense and strong. Without this tension, bones become fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. In a sense, muscles protect the skeleton the way armor protects a knight. Fourth, muscles influence inflammation and hormones. Healthy muscle tissue produces myokines, reducing harmful inflammation and supporting hormone balance. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is linked to heart disease, Alzheimer's, and other age-related conditions. By preserving muscle, you help keep inflammation in check. Finally, there's the brain connection. Exercise and muscle health improve circulation to the brain and release growth factors that protect neurons. People who maintain strength often report sharper memory, better focus, and more resilience against cognitive decline. A substantial body truly supports a strong mind. Take Helen, age 70. After a few months of adding leucine to her coffee and doing light chair squats each morning, she noticed more than stronger legs. Her afternoon slumps disappeared, her doctor praised her improved blood sugar numbers, and she felt steadier walking on uneven ground. She even joked that her crossword scores improved. The lesson is simple. Muscle is medicine. By nurturing it, you're building strength and protecting metabolism, bones, heart, and brain. Strong muscles create a ripple effect of health that supports every part of your independence and vitality. Knowing the why is powerful, but lasting change happens when we master the how. That's where a simple, step-by-step action plan comes in. Think of it as a morning blueprint, a ritual that fits neatly into the first hour of your day. Done consistently, it helps flip your body's switch from decline to renewal. And the beauty is, it doesn't require complicated routines or hours in the gym. Step 1. Hydrate first. As soon as you wake, drink a tall glass of water. After a night's rest, your body is slightly dehydrated and muscles need fluid to function correctly. Adding a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of mineral salt can help restore electrolytes, like giving your engine clean oil before it starts. Step 2. Brew your coffee. Prepare it as you like, but keep it clean. Black is best. Milk or sugar can slow leucine absorption, but a splash of milk or a calorie-free sweetener won't ruin the effect. Please think of the coffee as your delivery system. You want it uncluttered. Step 3. Add leucine. Measure out 2.5 to 3 grams of pure L-leucine powder. Stir it into your hot coffee until dissolved. It may taste slightly bitter, but coffee's rich flavor masks it well. That small scoop is the ignition key. Step 4. Drink within the first hour. Timing matters. Early intake while your system is still in a fasted state ensures rapid absorption and that powerful surge needed to trigger muscle building. Step 5. Move your body. Within 20-30 minutes, perform light resistance movements. It doesn't have to be a formal exercise. 10 chair squats, slow wall push-ups, or a brisk walk around the block send an additional signal to your muscles. The building starts now. Even a few minutes are enough to amplify leucine's effect. Step 6. Stay consistent. This is the true secret. A routine repeated 5 or more days a week becomes part of your identity. Muscles respond best not to bursts of effort but to steady, reliable signals. Give it 2 to 4 weeks, and you'll notice stairs feeling easier, legs more constant, and energy brighter. Imagine this: less than 10 minutes each morning, and you're giving your body the exact command it needs to stay strong. It's not another chore. It's a life-affirming ritual tied to the habit you already love. Over time, these tiny steps create a transformation you can see, feel, and rely on. Consistency, not complexity, is the bridge back to strength. Weakness in your legs is not a life sentence, it's a signal, a reminder that your body is still listening, still ready to respond if you give it the right message. Sarcopenia may be common after 60, but it isn't destiny. With the simple partnership of leucine and your daily coffee, you now hold a tool that can restore strength, protect independence, and breathe new energy into everyday life. Think of it this way: every morning you have a choice when you lift your cup. That cup can remain a comforting ritual or become a powerful ally in your fight for vitality. By stirring in a scoop of leucine, you're not just drinking coffee. You're giving your body a command: build, repair, grow stronger. It's a small act with profound consequences. Independence is one of life's greatest treasures. The ability to climb stairs, play with grandchildren, carry groceries, or walk confidently down the street is worth protecting. Muscles are the foundation that make those moments possible, and with consistency, your cup of coffee can help rebuild that foundation day after day. So, when the aroma fills the kitchen, pause for a moment tomorrow morning. Remind yourself that within that cup lies more than flavor. It holds the spark of resilience, vitality, and freedom. One scoop, one sip, one habit at a time, you can reclaim strength and live entirely on your terms. That's independence in a cup.